Greetings and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, where possibly the most momentous or foolhardy decision that Dino Enka has ever had to make is now at hand. The war justification for attacking the Federal Republic of Venezuela is nearly complete, and when it is, we can initiate our invasion of this former MSR territory. However, by doing so, we will trigger a war with, at the very least, the United States, and more than likely, the wider allies as a whole. When that happens, the world will burn. But possibly it will burn at our hand, for we have already completed one of our nuclear weapons, and a second one is more than 60% complete. So we should probably make sure that we actually are able to deliver those. In fact, do we even have any bombers, any strategic bombers? Fighter, jet fighter. We've got loads of jet fighters. Look at that. We've also got like a load of scrappy other bits and pieces that we should probably deploy at some point. We cannot manage 200. We can manage 100. We can manage 100 jet fighters. Fine. All right. We'll deploy 100 jet fighters just to get them kind of out and preparing and things. We'll actually need to declare war in order to be able to enact the all adults serve policy and get everyone in. But it doesn't look like we have any strategic bombers. Are we even manufacturing strategic bombers? Tactical bombers, close air support, heavy tanks. It does not look like we are even manufacturing strategic bombers. So let's do that. Strategic bombers. We can only currently manufacture level 2 strategic bombers. The Boffins have not completed research yet on level 3 strategic bombers. Mechanized equipment 2. Didn't we get mechanized equipment 3? We totally did. Oh, Boffins, why did you not remind me to order construction of mechanized equipment 3? Clearly, mechanized equipment 3 is one better than mechanized equipment 2, and therefore we should have been producing it since we gained the ability to do so. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough? That's like a full row for strategic bombers. That's bound to be enough. I mean, obviously, we need the strategic bombers to deploy the ultimate weapon, but also we can strategically bomb the United States as well as strategically missile striking them, which we should probably get these prepared as well. Look, rocket strikes, yes. Strategic bombing. Rocket strategic bombs / rocket attacks will be sent in from our various and assorted rocket sites. Basic guided missile. Guided missile 1, 100. We can actually build guided missile 2s now, but I don't know how, so, you know, we won't for the time being. These rockets as well can go in. All 3 rocket sites are now targeting the southwest of the United States for rocket barrage when the time comes, which of course is fantastic. We should also probably move our fleets into position. Where are our fleets at the moment? Oh look, the fleets are totally out of position. They're right down here, like messing around in the South Georgia Sea and like, you know, farting around the South American area, possibly engaging in like cruises, tequila cruises, and indeed Cuban cigar cruises around the southern tip of the Southern American region, generally partying. Party boats aplenty. I'm afraid party canoes, in actual fact. I'm afraid my party canoes, the time has come for you to be redeployed on a war footing. So the first canoe fleet, under the command of Paul Suarez, the canoe man himself, are going to go on patrol here. The Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and all the way around the Florida coast, up as far as the eastern seaboard, the south of the eastern seaboard. Meanwhile, the second canoe fleet, the larger and more potent of the canoe fleets, is going to maybe even search and destroy. Look, search and destroy along the Western Canal Zone, the Mexican coast, and the Western seaboard. Oh yes, they are going to be needed, of course, in order for Gildardo Magna to execute his awesome and thoroughly well thought out flower power attack on San Francisco, which currently, I mean, I don't know where he's getting his intel from, but this American chap here is stationing far more troops here than he really should do for such a peaceful and flower-loving city as San Francisco. And that's all we want to do. Gildardo's just going to come bearing flowery gifts in the hair of all of his Mexican Socialist Republican revolutionary workers / army soldiers / like unicornios and other such awesome individuals and things. All of the Unicornios. Look at these guys. Division de Unicornio. They've even taken the correct name at long last. Fantastic. Oh, I can't wait for that attack to go in. It's just going to be so amazing. Meanwhile, it seems like the United States have just abandoned the border. Look, they just left. They've left the border virtually unguarded. Where are they going with all their troops? It looks like they're massing here on the eastern seaboard. Are they preparing to launch an invasion into Europe? Is there something going on that we should find out about? There's a bit of battling going on here, just on the edge of the German industrial estate between, it looks like, is that the United Kingdom? The United Kingdom and the Soviet Union / the Polish People's Republic, and indeed the Flangist Poland. Good old Flangist Poland. I mean, they're like, well, they're a little bit fascist, but they're members of Comintern, so I guess that's okay, because we're sort of friends with Comintern, although only really because we sort of have to be. We also have insufficient resources. We need more rubber. We need more rubber. We will get it from Brazil. Give us your rubber, Brazil. In fact, can we not have, like, most of our rubber come from Brazil? And if we take this down to nothing, and we take that all the way up, we want as much Brazilian Socialist Republican rubber as possible. The King's own rubber is no longer of as much interest to us, although we apparently still need 20 of it. I mean, we're going to be at war with the United Kingdom pretty soon, so perhaps we shouldn't source it from them. We could get some from the Soviet Union. We'll get that. We'll get some from... We're sort of at war with China. Well, I mean, some members of the Green Dawn are at war with China. Siam. Go on then. We'll have some rubber from Siam. And the time has come, or at least a decision is now possible. The justification for conquering Miranda, Zulia, Bolivar for the Mexican Socialist Republic has been completed. Venezuela stands open to us. Are we ready to attack? How long will it actually last? Look, okay. Available war goals expires on the 19th of August 1946. We should at least get our second nuclear weapon in before we declare, and make sure that we've got strategic bombers and a few other things in place. We're a little bit low on manpower. This is our main problem. This is what's going to be holding us back, so we don't want to wait too long, but we could wait for maybe a month, something like that. Let's speed up time a little bit here. Are we still short on rubber? We are not, but we need aluminium aplenty. Can we get... Look, we can get some Brazilian aluminium as well. We'll get that. Socialist Republic of Albania. Austrian Soviet Republic. Sure, we'll get some of that. That one, even. France, the Soviet Union. Come on. We're going to have to get it from our friends in the Soviet Union, for they have much of it, and much of it shall be given to us. Good. Have we got surpluses all round? We do have surpluses all round. Available planes are in reserves, but we don't have any men to be able to deploy them. We do have some tactical bombers in Mexico City. You can patrol the border there. Just make sure that... Look at this. There's just no American troops here. There's none. Should we attack now? Is that the right decision, to just kind of like immediately go in because there is currently an opening? Do you actually have a plan to attack, Louis? Let's pause it again. Louis, you don't currently have a plan of attack. Let's give you a plan to just surge in before they know what's going on and take maybe as far as like here, New Orleans. Just surge straight in and take New Orleans. Where is even New Orleans is? It's in Louisiana. Do we want to go as far as Louisiana? It seems like that might be kind of pushing it a little bit, but you know what? It might work. It might just work. They're so ill prepared right now. They've pulled all of their troops off, and who knows where they're going or what they're doing or why they're doing it. Let's totally assign these troops here. Should we recruit a new commander for our guys here that are going to attack Venezuela? Look, it's a clone of Dino Enker. Dino Enker's clone, Ramon Salas, has been hired as a new general, ready to go into Venezuela and conquer it for his clonish brother and all of the people of the Mexican Socialist Republic. That's awesome. That's actually, I'm really pleased about that. I hope that he has a great time. Do you have any like awesome skills or anything, Ramon? He does not have any awesome skills at all. Unlike Martin Bustamante, who's like an invader and a mountaineer, and like Gildardo, who's just desert fox extraordinaire, an invader, a mountaineer. He is just the best guy. He's the best guy, the most cocksure, the best guy. Dino Enka's brother here, Ramon, is as yet unproven, but of course he comes from a solid pedigree, so we hope that he will be all well and good and fine and things. Are you all assigned to this? What's all this yellow for? Unit unable to move to a province along its path. Well, yeah, but that's fine. You just haven't initiated the attack yet, that's all. Are you prepared? You are preparing. Let us allow them to build up their preparation, and then once all of our troops are fully prepared, the attack on the United States will come. An attack that they are blissfully unaware is even coming their way. They've obviously completely bought in to the idea that Gildardo is simply going to bring a flower power mission of peace and love to San Francisco. And, they've sent a few token troops there in order to, including some paratroopers, a few token troops there to receive them with honor and dignity. And, and then the attack will come. And these shells, with the flowers painted upon them, will rain down on San Francisco until they accept the peace and light and love that will come at the end of the Mexican Socialist Republican journey into their lands, until they have accepted it completely and utterly and unequivocally. And the bourgeois elite have been terminated, for I hear that the US bourgeois are perhaps the worst bourgeois of any of the bourgeois anywhere in the world, engaging in all manner of kitten and puppy actions, which I cannot even bring myself to speak of. They are so utterly terrifying and terrible and terror-inducing and other such things. Look, we're marching through July. We're continuing to prepare. I think what we need to do is just issue the attack order. I think it has to be done. Look, let's slow down to the slowest time that we can. Everything is prepared that we know how to prepare. Our troops are ready. Martin Bustamante in the north is poised to launch his surprise attack. The time has finally come. The war with the United States, by proxy via declaring war on Venezuela, is at hand. My friends, it has been a long journey. We have come far from our origins when the Workers' Revolution first took over the Mexican homeland. Since then, we have brought the workers' paradise to many countries. Some have betrayed us. Many, in fact, have betrayed us. But the inevitable spread of our doctrine across the world cannot be undone. The tequila-fueled, Cuban cigar-wreathed troops of our glorious revolution will bring peace and communist Mexican values to all of the world, beginning with our former territory of Venezuela. My friends, the day has come. I give the order to declare the war. New war participants. Look, let's pause it, because obviously everyone is now going to want to have their say as they join in the war. Look at them all. The Federal Republic of Venezuela has called the state of Japan as our enemy in the Second Mexican-Venezuelan War. There will not be a third. Look at them all lining up to attack the glory of the Mexican Socialist Workers' Revolution. But the Mexicans stand not alone. The Green Dawn rises to fight back against our enemies, and our generals shall launch their long-prepared attacks. Ramon, clone brother to the leader, initiate the invasion of Venezuela. And let's not forget, of course, the Panama Canal. Long has it irked us that the Americans have held this territory, but not for much longer. Likewise, this little spit of the United Kingdom, which mysteriously exists in the middle of Central America, but not for much longer. British Mexico, you shall soon fall to true Mexico. And then, of course, the great conflict of our time, the great Mexican-American border, shall at last flare into life. We'd better actually get this recruitment policy sorted out as well. We must call upon all able-bodied adults of the Mexican Socialist Republic to join up now in the name of the great war that we shall wage upon the world. A war to bring Mexican Socialist revolutionary values to all of the Americas, or die trying. All adults must serve. Do you want to replace service by requirement with all adults serve? Yes, of course we do. And now we have 1.94 million willing and ready recruits to join up and indeed be trained, which we actually do need to train. We need to train, should we do like 4 Division de Unicornios? We can have these on the west coast here. We should also train up some Infanteria Bravados, 4 Infanteria Bravados on the east coast, I guess, maybe, or like in the middle here, somewhere like that. We should get Tanky Maximos and Tanky Ultimos as well, and also some more Mech Chicos. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and these can go on the east coast, ready to rampage up through all of this area. All of this area here. There we go. Fantastic. All right. That I think will do for our initial recruitment pass. We'll see how that progresses. We also want to deploy more of our aircraft, so we're going to have more fighters. We want jet fighters. Let's have all 471 jet fighters come in as a single wing. Strategic bombers. Oh yes. Oh yes, we want strategic bombers. And indeed, tactical bombers. How much have we got? We've only got 200. Room for 200 left. We'll have a wing of 200 tactical. In fact, you know what? Let's have these tactical bombers then in there, and then flying out of Mexico City, 200 tactical bombers flying out from there. The deployment is going to take so long to get all of this stuff in place, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be amazing when it's finally there and ready to rock and roll. We can also put tactical bombers in here, so let's do that. We'll get tactical bombers, close air support, 193 close air support. Okay, wow, look at this. So much close air support that we can deploy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Fighter Mark 1s, probably not the best Mark 1 fighters, if we're honest. So there we go, 191. Fantastic. All right, deploying close air support. We're also going to want some close air support for Venezuela, because, you know, we need stuff down here as well. Let's get 400 close air support. We'll get the Mark 1 fighters just because, right? Just because. Let's put the 2 rocket interceptors in there as well. So we've got like Mark 1, we've got like old-fashioned biplane fighters alongside a couple of, like, you know, super sleek rocket interceptors ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. Air wings with no missions. These fighters are standing by. You can engage in air superiority missions over the southwest of the Americas, possibly also interception missions. There is no need for kamikaze strikes. Are we there yet? Volunteer forces are in transfer, sending back 6 divisions to the Mexican Socialist Republic. That's Martin. That's Martin Bustamante. He does not get to execute his awesome plan. Instead, he's just going to have to, get shipped back by some kind of slow boat all the way back to the Mexican Socialist Republic. Once again, Martin Bustamante sadly returning with a little bit of shame hanging over him. But there is yet time for him to redeem himself. There is yet time for him to have glory and magnificent success in the coming war against the United States and her allies. No national focus set. That doesn't matter at the moment. Modify government. We don't need to do that at the moment. Okay, I think we've done it. I think we are ready to start the clock and allow the war to begin. Let's do it. We'll start it at level 2. New war participants. The Mexican Socialist Republic has called Paraguay as our ally. And various others. Lots of allies joining in the war. Alright, fantastic. Straight away we have insufficient resources. We of course have no rubber because presumably we were importing it from allies. Can we get more from you, our friends, the Brazilian Socialist Republic, and also possibly from the Soviet Union? There, that'll do. Hopefully, that'll do anyway. Volunteer forces are in transfer. We're at war with the various people. No national focus set. Good! The war has begun, and immediately Louis Farrell's awesome forces are taking the Americans completely by surprise. What possessed them to abandon the border? I have no idea. But they are going to rue that day. They are going to thoroughly rue the day that they left. Unfortunately, it means that our rocket strikes are probably going to be largely ineffectual. But you know what? It matters not. China has joined the Allies. Curse you, China. Opportunistically joining the Allies. We are taking a bit of a blow here, though. Let's move some forces up to try and protect that territory and prevent us from losing it. New war participant. China has called the United Kingdom as our enemy. I think we were already at war with the United Kingdom. Look at that. Look at this massive battle that's going on now. Our allies, the Colombian Socialist Republic, the Austrian Soviet Republic, the Socialist Republic of Albania, Red Finland, the Brazilian Socialist Republic, Paraguay, and Bolivia. Izquierdista. Our enemies. Well, basically everyone, apart from Comintern. Okay, Gallardo, meanwhile, is at sea in his flower power boats of awesomeness, on course for San Francisco. Do they know what's coming their way? Frankly, I have no idea. Our tanky Maximos and tanky Ultimos, meanwhile, are making progress here along the main border, the original border. Can we, oh look, they are totally attacking. It's going well, guys, it's going well. Have you two launched your attack? They are launching their attack. Panama is under assault as well. Look, we're winning that conflict. The Venezuelan battle is just about to start, is it? You guys are actually engaged in activities. However, the United States intervenes in war against the Federal Republic of Venezuela. The United States is displeased with our conflict war against Federal Republic of Venezuela. They threaten us with a war of their own if we do not immediately sign a peace deal. You know what? I don't think your diplomats quite realized that Venezuela was always part of the Allies. We are already at war, America, so let the United States know we are prepared for war. We are most assuredly prepared for war, United States. Let's unpause it and allow the conflict to develop. We should also probably keep an eye on our our German industrial estate, which is unfortunately now falling pretty rapidly to the encroaching Allies. There's not much that we can do about that, unfortunately. It's just the way of things. We are essentially abandoning Europe at this point in favor of our plans, our destiny, our mission in the United States. Look, we've already conquered here, so let's move these troops back up towards Mexico City, ready to join the war. The battle, however, on the American front line is going fantastically well. World news! The United States intervenes in Mexican war. Only a few days ago, troops from the Mexican Socialist Republic mobilized towards the Federal Republic of Venezuela in a declaration of war. Subsequently, the United States gave an ultimatum ordering the parties to stop fighting and all Mexican troops withdrawn. Dino Enca states that their war was justified, clearly as they were once members of the Mexican Socialist Republic, and has refused to give in. The country is now in a full conflict with both the Federal Republic of Venezuela and the United States, and the rest of the Allies. Seems the United States are willing to get their hands dirty. Yes, perhaps somewhat foolishly, as the case may be. Meanwhile, the most exciting moment of the war so far, and let's face it, it hasn't been very long, but it has been very, very exciting. Gallardo is arriving in San Francisco in his stunning flower power attack pattern Alpha Tango mode mission of cunningness and awesomeness, and also possibly a certain amount of hippiness. Come on, come on. In you go, Gallardo. I don't think, is there no one there to defend? I think they may have vacated San Francisco. San Francisco may well be open to attack. I think they are literally going to welcome Gallardo Magna with open arms in San Francisco. Oh yes, that is exactly what has happened. The people of San Francisco have seen the light. They have been convinced by the awesome flowerishness of Gallardo Magna, and without a shot fired, even the shells with flowers painted on them, San Francisco has fallen to the Mexican Socialist Republic. Wow, this is a glorious day. This is going far better than I could possibly have hoped. We are losing on air superiority in the northern South Americas. Where is that? That's here. Are these airplanes deployed yet? They are. Let's rocket interceptors. Get them airborne. Fighters, we'll also get them airborne. Close air support, we'll also get them in for assistance and things. If they are deployed, that means the rest of our planes must be deployed as well. Mexico City, we want tactical bombers, flying missions out. Tactical bombers, flying missions out. More tactical bombers, flying missions out. All of the tactical bombers everywhere flying out to the southwest. That's great. More air as well. I don't think we even need to bother with Mexico. We're not going to be fighting here. Let's just go straight for combination of the southwest and of course the west coast. So we want Let's go with the west coast here. What can we send into the west coast? We can send in tactical bombers, close air support, and more close air support. Oh yeah, then we're going to want some fighter cover. So let's send in 471 jet fighters. Oh, it's just amazing. It's amazing. Come on. Why can you not go in there? Oh, there's no range. The jet fighters do not have the range to reach the west coast from their current deployment zones. Good. Okay, I think we have got all of our missions assigned now. Everyone is assigned, apart from the strategic bombers, who I guess can go into the southwest. We have also a whole bunch of things that we need to take care of here. Wow, this war is just intense. I mean, it's going really, really well, but it is intense. We need to decide what we're going to do in San Francisco now that we have gloriously managed to conquer it with the stunning invasion force capability of Gildardo in his flower power mode. Louis Farrell is having an enormous amount of success along the border here. It looks like the United States might be beginning to manage to sort of like reach in and mobilize and start some kind of like defense. But is it too late? That is the question. That is the question. What else have we got here? Expeditionary Force request from the Colombian Socialist Republic. They want to send 1 division as expeditionary forces to help us out. Well, sure, Colombian people. 1 division is better than none divisions. The Austrian Soviet Republic wants to send 1 division as well. Sure, Austrian Socialist Republic, we'll take your 1 division. Insufficient resources. We need 290 steel. Hold on, what's this? Unread naval battle reports. We've had a battle at sea in which one of our fleets here, I'm not sure which one, I think possibly the 2nd Canoe Fleet, has lost 2 of her destroyers, but has sunk 3 enemy light cruisers and 13 destroyers. Wow, that's a fantastic victory against the Dutch Navy there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I mean, we have a distinct lack of steel right now that could be a major problem. Are we being, like, convoy raided or something? What's this? It looks like we might have Soviet troops moving through our German industrial estate in order to hopefully shore us up and help us there. That would be excellent if that were to happen. Ramon is continuing his attack here into Venezuela. We have conquered a small amount of territory, and we will hopefully conquer ever more and ever greater type things. Northern South America, we still lose air superiority here. But, well, what can we do? Oh no, we no longer have lost air superiority. I guess our air wings are operational. Look, flying out of our airfields, raining death and destruction down upon our Venezuelan enemies. These forces here might as well go down and just go straight for Caracas. Just go straight for Caracas, boys, now that you've taken Panama. Okay, the Caribbean Sea. Apparently the enemy has air superiority in the Caribbean Sea. It's all gone crazy. I mean, we're constantly getting warnings that the Caribbean Sea has, we have like lost air superiority there, but I'm not entirely sure who's fighting out there or what they're doing, or why that's relevant right now. More important, however, is our conquest of Venezuela and indeed the war which is now raging along the Mexican-American border. The conflict has grown hot indeed, and our destiny, as well as the destiny of all of the Americas, hangs in the balance. Our future is uncertain. Our destiny has yet to unfold. And until it does, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.